Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a founder and you currently view the government purely as a strict regulator, it is absolutely time to shift that perspective. Right now, the government isn't just making the rules. It has quietly become the ultimate hidden treasure map of non-dilutive startup funding. And today, we're breaking down exactly how to navigate that map.
Okay, let's dive right into our agenda. We'll be covering 1. The startup funding problem, 2. Significance of DPIIT recognition, 3. Benefits, grants and taxes, 4. Navigating the registration challenges, 5. Our solution, the scheme stacking playbook, and finally, 6. Conclusion, the green future.
Starting with Section 1, the startup funding problem.
So right now, founders are out there grinding day in and day out, struggling to raise capital without giving away massive chunks of their company's equity to early investors. Yet out of sheer ignorance, or maybe just a fear of bureaucracy, these exact same founders are leaving billions of rupees in free capital right on the table. To put this into perspective, let me ask you a question. Where is India's absolute largest source of non-dilutive startup capital? Who is the biggest investor out there handing out money without asking for a board seat?
Well, the answer is the Indian government. Yep. Over the last decade, the government e-marketplace, or GeM for short, has completely transformed public procurement. It actually just recently crossed a cumulative gross merchandise value of over 20 lakh crore rupees. The government isn't just a regulator, they are the first buyer, the primary investor, and honestly, the biggest customer you could possibly ever have.
Moving to Section 2, Significance of DPIIT recognition. But there's a catch. To access this massive 20 lakh crore pot of capital and to tap into over 65 active schemes spread across 18 central ministries, you can't just knock on the front door. You need the master key. This master key is called DPIIT recognition. It's a formal status granted by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. This is literally step 0. It's a completely free status to apply for, but without it, you're completely locked out of almost every major central funding scheme out there.
And the great news is, obtaining this status is incredibly accessible. You just need to meet the baseline eligibility. Basically, your business needs to be a private limited company, an LLP, or a registered partnership. It has to be under 10 years old, have an annual turnover of less than 100 crore rupees, and have a clear focus on innovation or improving products and services. Seriously, that's the whole shebang.
Let's hit Section 3, benefits, grants, and taxes.
Now, let's talk about the actual boon of this treasure map. What does having this recognition tangibly give a founder right now, today? Well, let's contrast the harsh reality of an unrecognized business with a DPIIT-recognized startup. Without it, you are paying 100% of your patent filing fees, facing agonizingly slow standard winding up procedures if things go south, and paying standard corporate taxes. But with DPIIT recognition, you get a massive 80% reduction in patent filing costs. That means a patent that normally costs a large company 1,60,000 rupees will only cost you 32,000 rupees. You also get access to a 90-day fast-track insolvency process and an unbelievable 3 consecutive years of income tax exemption on your profits, a real game changer.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer volume of targeted funds that open up once you hold that master key. For early-stage companies, you can access 20 lakh equity-free grants just for prototyping. If you're in biotech, the BIRAC Big Grant offers 50 lakh. For deep tech and AI, you have the massive 10,000 crore rupee Fund to Funds 2.0 corpus. And if you are actively scaling up, the Credit Guarantee Scheme for startups can back you for up to 20 crore rupees in collateral-free debt. It is absolutely staggering.
Section 4, Navigating the registration challenges.
Now, while government money is abundant, it definitely isn't handed out without strict compliance. The bureaucratic nightmares are very, very real. New sellers face serious hurdles, like trying to navigate over 65 different schemes without a guide, struggling to select the correct product or service categories on the GeM portal, pulling their hair out trying to obtain original equipment manufacturer or OEM status, and passing incredibly strict vendor assessments. Even simple documentation errors here can frequently lead to instant bid rejections.
But beyond standard bureaucracy, there is a massive, urgent hurdle hitting us right now. According to a World Bank estimate for 2026, over half of all Indian government procurement invitations for bids will require environmental compliance. Think about that for a second. This means if your supply chain isn't green or if you lack eco-friendly certifications, you won't just lose the bid, you will be automatically excluded right at the qualification phase. No exceptions.
Section 5, Solution, Scheme Stacking Playbook.
So how do we actually overcome these hurdles? We use what we call the scheme stacking playbook. Most founders just apply for schemes completely at random.
But the correct operational roadmap is to stack them sequentially. It goes like this. Step 0. Get your DPIIT recognition for those tax benefits. Step 1. Get your UDM MSME registration for priority lending status. Step 2. Acquire your initial funding, like a prototype grant from SAFSS. And finally, Step 3. Use those credentials to gain direct market access to government buyers via the GeM Startup Runway.
And I really want to focus on Step 3 for a moment because this is huge. When you use the GeM Startup Runway as a DPIIT recognized startup, the government entirely removes the earnest money deposit, or EMD requirement. This means you get direct access to pitch to government buyers without having to lock up your precious, limited cash flow just to participate in a tender. It's incredibly freeing.
Which brings us to our final section. 6. Conclusion. The green future.
Remember that upcoming 2026 environmental hurdle we talked about a minute ago? Well, the government isn't just demanding compliance. They are proactively backing this green shift and heavily funding the infrastructure required to meet it. In fact, the Union Cabinet recently approved an incredibly robust 23,731 crore rupee outlay for the Gobardhan scheme. This creates a circular bioeconomy by converting waste into compressed biogas, or CBG. They're ensuring stable pricing, assured offtake, and massive capital assistance to make it happen.
Just look at the physical scale of this green future here. There are already 1,908 CBG and bio-CNG plants registered across the country, turning organic waste into clean energy wealth. This infrastructure is rapidly scaling up to replace expensive fossil fuel imports and, in the process, save the nation over 40,000 crore rupees in foreign exchange.
And the future-proofing benefits for startups that align with this vision? Just incredible. Eligible greenfield CBG projects can get capital assistance up to 2 crore rupees per ton per day. There's an 85% credit guarantee for green MSMEs. And just to show you how the government connects deep tech to solving these major infrastructural problems, the India AI mission is currently offering subsidized access to highly coveted GPU clusters for AI model training at just 65 rupees per GPU hour.
So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. When over half of all government contracts mandate environmental compliance by 2026, will you have stacked your schemes correctly to be the chosen vendor? Or will you be automatically locked out of a 20 lakh crore rupee market simply because you didn't get your recognition and compliance in order today? The choice is entirely yours, but the map is laid out right in front of you.
If you found this update helpful, please hit the like button and share this video with fellow members. For more deep dives into the latest environmental regulations and industrial news, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.